Here we have a versus battle between the Sony A7R Mark I, give or take 36 megapixels, versus the Sony A6300 APS-C, give or take 24 megapixels. The A7R is using the FE 28mm f2 prime lens. The A6300 is using the 24 to 70 f4 ZA OSS Sony lens. I've got the A6300 at the minimum at 24, and obviously the A7R is at its fixed prime length of 28. So, over cloudy, casty kind of day. So there's similarities there with the lights, difference in colours between the two cameras, but let's try and focus mainly on sharpness and detail for this. So let's get in there. Gonna have to adjust to bear in mind crop factors, but here we go. So again, a little bit difficult here because we've got crop factor to take into account, but I would say photo on the left. Let's see what happens here if we pump up the exposure slightly. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting a bit more detail here. Let's see some other areas. Take a look at the center. Definitely more detail in the mountain regions in the back there. Let's go across, look at some dwellings. There we go. Yeah. All round, it's looking like the photo on the left, for me, is the better of the two. You might disagree with me on that. Certainly in this area here, it's the better of the two. You could argue that that's the crop factor coming into play, and that may well be, but I'm just giving you for what it is, 24 versus 28. You need to make your own conclusions. I'm just the messenger. I'm not trying to prove either way because I own both of these cameras, so I can't be biased because they're both mine. But for my eyes, if I had to pick one of these to go and print, I'd be using the photo on the left, which, as you probably know due to the crop factor, is indeed the 6300 with the 24 to 70 Zeiss lens. Let's go right into the corners. And this is where it starts to fall apart slightly for the full framed camera. The beauty of the crop is it's going all through the middle of that lens and starts to get a bit weak, especially here. I mean, look at this, quite a mess. But this is pixel peeping, so not everybody does this. Here again, I mean, even on the crop it isn't exactly perfectly sharp, but it appears to be doing a better job because we're using more of that middle of the lens. But let's zoom out. Maybe you actually just simply prefer one photo to the other. But for me, even looking here, I'm still going with the photo on the left. Now there's no cheating going on. I'm not trying to prove anything. On these last tests I've had a lot of emails saying it's all made up, but it isn't. I've got nothing to prove. Just make your own mind up, see what camera suits you better, and as usual guys, it's been emotional.